Hey guys, what is us? Zima here, bringing you another episode of Quickfire. For those of you who don't know what Quickfire is, the full rules will be in the description below. But basically, I have a minute to talk about a random topic that is chosen directly beforehand, so I have absolutely no time to prepare for it whatsoever. So this is gonna be fun. So here we go. Okay, the first topic I got here is classic arena style. Now, what the classic arena style is basically what Halo is. Every Halo has been a classic arena style where everyone has the same weapons to start with, and they have to pick up the weapons throughout the map, and they have respawn times. Now, I like this as compared to the Call of Duty and Battlefield, whereas you have to have like it takes a little bit more skill. You have to time when to get the weapons. You have to account for what weapons you start with. You know, you have to be skillful with the weapons you start with. You just can't just choose your own weapons and then go from there. But imagine Halo. It really works for Halo. You have to admit for that. Just think about Halo with Call of Duty style loadouts where you got to choose your weapon. Everyone would just choose the DMR and the sniper. It wouldn't be any fun. It would just be pretty terrible. Or everyone would just choose the rockets. It just would not work at all. So the classic arena style is really something. It's really something that Halo has done really well, and it's really something that I hope they continue to do and don't think about messing with. The next topic I got here is armor abilities. Now, armor abilities is kind of a touchy subject with me because I'm kind of sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't like them. I mean, you got these armor abilities like Jetpack. Jetpack is probably my least favorite just because I can't use it. I play on Bumper Jumper, and Bumper Jumper, the armor ability button is X instead of LB. So you can't hold X, move, and shoot with the jetpack at the same time, and that really frustrates me, so I just can't use the jetpack. That's why it's my least favorite. I hate just looking up at people and like trying to shoot them like right now. But and then my second least favorite is like armor lock, but I have to admit I have used armor lock before, so I'm kind of like a hypocrite about it. Sometimes I like armor abilities, sometimes I don't. But overall, if they were completely gone from the game, I don't think I would. I don't think I would mind at all. But sprint and evade, those are good armor abilities. I do enjoy them. I hope they stay. So that's something with the armor abilities. The next topic I got here is Halo Reach Bloom, and this was asked by Node. I can't even pronounce his name. But anyway, Halo Reach Bloom. This is another pretty touchy subject with me. Now, under certain conditions, Halo Reach Bloom can be good. I have to admit that under certain conditions, it can be good. But what the conditions that it is under right now, I just do not like it at all. The bloom of the DMR is way too much in my opinion. The needle rifle bloom, the bloom of the needle rifle is absolutely perfect. If the DMR had the bloom of the needle rifle and had the 5-shot of the DMR, that would be the perfect weapon. It would be amazing to have the DMR with the bloom of the bloom of the needle rifle. That would be awesome. The bloom on the pistol is really understandable. The amount of bloom on the pistol is really necessary, or else it would be so extremely powerful. The bloom on the assault rifle, I can hardly notice. The bloom on the needle rifle, like I said. Okay, the next topic I got here is the boot system in Halo. And this is a topic of frustration for me, I'd like to say. I mean, the boot system, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, sometimes you'll get completely obviously betrayed and you won't get the option to boot them. And it's really frustrating because they keep betraying you and you're like, why am I not getting the option to boot this person? And then the converse of that is where you'll accidentally betray someone. It'll be a total, complete accident and you'll get booted. And you're like, wow. You're like, this system just, I don't know why, but the system isn't good at recognizing what's an accident and what isn't an accident. And that's basically that's the premise of the system, is that it's supposed to be able to tell what's an accident and what's not an accident in a betrayal, and that leads to the that thing. And another thing I'd like to say is that guests shouldn't be given the option to boot people, because really guests kind of like don't really know too much about it, and they just boot whenever. Okay, the next topic I got here is Halo 3 Firefight versus Halo Reach Firefight, and this was asked by Star Someone 22. I'm sorry, I'll put you in the description below. But Halo 3 Firefight versus Halo Reach Firefight. Now, obviously, what you're gonna think immediately is Halo Reach Firefight is better than Halo 3 Firefight on every single level. But I would just like to say that it is better on every level. I do admit that. But I feel like that we have gotten kind of spoiled by the Halo Reach of Firefight mode as opposed to the Halo 3. Where in the Halo 3, you had like a very limited amount of lives, very limited resources, and it was very challenging. Whereas all the playlists in kind of Halo Reach, I find them to be very easy. You know, the playlists are kind of babying you. You get all these super powerful weapons to spawn with. You get infinite lives. You know, so I do feel like the Reach community has been a little spoiled with the awesome new firefight, which is awesome, I would have to say. But that's just my opinion on it. The next topic I got here is MLG. Now, MLG, I do have to say that I am not really in tune with the MLG for Halo Reach. I was really in tune with MLG for Halo 3. I loved MLG in Halo 3, not so much in Halo Reach. Because Halo Reach seems like it's more of a casual game to me. It's much more casual than its predecessors, so watching competitive Halo Reach would be like watching competitive Hexic HD to me. It just doesn't work at all because of these like factors, like the slower pace of the game and the bloom and stuff like that. It's just not a skillful enough game for me. Well, it does take skill, I have to admit, and I do respect all the people who play MLG and all the pros out there. I definitely respect those guys, but I just have to say that I way prefer the Halo 2 and the Halo 3 competitive MLG as opposed to the Halo Reach. And I'm really just out of touch with it because I do prefer those kinds of more competitive rather than this kind of like bloom and stuff like that ruining the MLG for me. The next topic I got is a big one. It's brought to me by Paul B0991, and it's Halo versus Call of Duty on YouTube. Now, I've been around YouTube for a long time, and I would have to say that Call of Duty has only recently overtaken Halo in terms of the video market, and that is after the release of Black Ops. Before that, Halo was totally dominant over Call of Duty on YouTube, at least. I've been around for about almost 5 years now on YouTube watching Halo, so I would have to say that's a really, really recent thing. And the reason for this is because obviously the popularity of Call of Duty has completely soared. It's less of a game now, more of a status symbol, so everyone has gotten that game. Call of Duty Black Ops is one of the biggest releases of all time, so pretty much everyone has it. And with the theater mode, it completely exploded the community, much like the theater mode in Halo 3 exploded the community for Halo 3 with that. So, you know, that's why Call of Duty is more popular. I know it's not much time to talk about it. I will have to bring up this later, so. Okay, another topic I have right here, hardcore gaming. Now, what I like to consider myself, I mean, it's a tough thing. I don't really like to set the lines of hardcore gamer and casual gamer. But I guess if I had to say, I guess I would choose myself as a hardcore gamer. I mean, I play all kinds of games. I play hardcore games, I play casual games, like puzzle games, like arcade games. A lot of the arcade games are casual. I play a lot of the arcade games. And then you got these like huge FPS titles like Call of Duty and Halo with these that people call these hardcore games. So yeah, I would have to say that I am a hardcore gamer, but I like to think of myself that I'm kind of a well-rounded gamer. You know, I play a ton of games. I have RPGs, you know, shooters, puzzle games, all kinds of different games. So I don't like to restrict myself to a certain category, but I do like to, you know, play all kinds of different games. Don't just play, you know, the hardcore games. Okay, now the next topic I got here is the credit system in Halo Reach as opposed to the EXP system in Halo 3. Now, this is another topic that I kind of like. Well, you know, the credit system is good on one hand because you do get a consolation when you lose, but on the other hand, it feels like that people have gotten more lax about the game. It's lowered the competitiveness of the game because if you lose the game, you still get something. Whereas in Halo 3, if you lost the game, you get squat. So there was much more of an incentive to win in Halo 3, so I do feel that's like declined to the competitiveness of the game, and I can attest to that the fact that I feel myself being less urgent about games because I'm like, oh, I'll get some experience after this. I don't really have to try as hard as I would if it was Halo 3, or you know, I wouldn't get anything if I lost. So the credit system, it's a pretty good thing, and then it's a double-edged sword, I have to say. That's my opinion on it. Okay, now the last topic I have for today is quick scoping in Halo. Now, you know, I talk with my friends a lot. They play a lot of Call of Duty. I talk to a lot of people who play Call of Duty, and I'm like, yeah, I like quick scoping in Halo. And they're like, what? They're like, quick scoping in Halo? They're like, you can't quick scope in Halo. And I'm like, are you joking? I'm like, quick scoping was invented in Halo. And they're like, you're joking. It's like Call of Duty brought quick scoping, and I'm like, it just makes me so angry. Like, Call of Duty did not invent quickscoping. Quickscoping was kind of like a Halo thing. hey, since Halo 1 you could quickscope, I mean, think about it. It takes like no time whatsoever to just to zoom in with the sniper in Halo, so that pretty much it makes quickscoping pretty easy. All you have to do is kind of balance for how far the sniper moves over. So quickscoping, I love quickscoping in Halo. It was not a Call of Duty invention. I'd have to say it was a Halo invention. So that is that. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. As usual, put your suggestions for topics on future Quickfires. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you like it, and please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.